Gyakye Quayson today has become, you see the round spectacles that Nana Addo uses have become the sign of incompetence and corruption. It's the same way Gyakye Quayson has become the symbol of victory over injustice and tyranny. And we will continue to celebrate him, because children will come 2 decades from now and learn in social studies that when you persevere and you stand for the right thing, you have victory over the tyranny of tyrants and despots in power. And so we will celebrate Gyakye Quayson today. And to all well-meaning Ghanaians who are standing with him and who have prayed for him. You know, this morning when I was, and my mom says I should say hi to you. When I was coming, we spoke, and she said, so Gyakye Quayson, I will let you know. Meaning, are they going to prison him? Yeah. And I'm like, well, I don't know, you Mangala now will let you. You know, our step brothers are trying to do that. She's like, well, let's only
that's a fortunate comment to your
mom. We're praying for him.
I'll tell her that you polluted her.
If you are not planning to jail him, discontinue the case.
How?
What is how?
You are talking to MPP to discontinue the case. What are you talking about?
You see, Randy.
Yes. That's unfortunate.
It is interesting how when anybody says file a nolli prosequi, discontinue the case, then all of a sudden you see our brothers in the NPP behaving like agitated cockerels with all their hair feathers standing up. I mean, when your president Nana Addo Akufo-Addo went and stood in a synod and said Gyakye Quayson was going to jail.
He didn't say so.
Randy, play that tape. He said, Obi wo fiasia, obey dansumu. When someone is in jail, how does he say? He didn't add, you see.
But he premised that statement on, he said something to the effect that his head, that Gyakye Quayson says that even if he's incarcerated, he will.
Randy, let your production play the tape. Randy, listen, we have played the tape. He said, please,
without the premise.
He said, when you are in jail, Randy, that premise that you are doing again.
Yes.
I respectfully disagree with you.
Yes.
But what he said was, how do you want Gyakye Quayson? Somebody who today is in the High Court, tomorrow in the Appeals Court, tomorrow in Supreme Court, every day in the news, Gyakye Quayson. When he is in jail, how does he serve you? He did not create any context as you are suggesting, respectfully, Randy. And I'm saying that your production can play the full tape for us. But Randy, when the president, the man whose appointee is vested with the authority for criminal prosecution, comes and makes prejudicial comments to the effect that Gyakye Quayson will be jailed, the agitated cockerels all have their feathers down. When discerning minds speak, then you get agitated. I mean, what kind of hypocrisy is this? Randy, they can do what they want to do. In fact, they can make a Akufo-Addo. He should be the judge, the trial judge. He should try Gyakye Quayson and go and jail Gyakye Quayson. Gyakye Quayson will win again. No matter what you do, good will always triumph over evil. And to have people running riot. I've listened to Sam Okudzeto and his comments about the Dormaahene having to resign. You see, it is this selective amnesia that people who ought to know better than they do. That's the bane of our country. People like Sam Okudzeto were deaf and dumb. Lost their reasoning, lost their ability to speak. What is so insulting? He lost his reasoning, because if he had reasoned it, he would not have been silent when the president suggested that a case before court, the person before court will make it to jail. I am saying play that tape. There was no premise.
How are you talking like
play
that?
The tape.
Host, the one hosting.
Randy, respectfully, you can play the tape. Yes, we'll play the tape. You understand me? But listen,
you are taking a senior member like Sam Okudzeto.
Why? The Dormaahene.
What?
The Dormaahene is a small boy. He's a small boy for them to suggest that he must be jailed. What did the Dormaahene say that was wrong? The Dormaahene simply said, I won't even go into the merits of the case because the case is before court. But on the previous ruling, and you see, my discomfort with the position of Sam Okudzeto and his likes is the fact that these are people who have taught law and teach us law. And they know that when the courts pass judgment, you are at liberty to express an opinion on the judgment of the court. And so if the Dormaahene says he would have voted in a different manner if he was sitting on the Supreme Court, how is that prejudicial? How is that offensive to the courts? He finds post-judgment commentary offensive, but finds appealing and palatable to his ears the comments of the president, the irresponsible comments of the president. And you see, Randy, we must call a spade in this country. This is not the first time the president is acting in such an irresponsible manner to prejudice issues that are before competent institutions of our state. When Parliament and the president thinks that as executive president, he runs roughshod over all the other institutions of state. When Parliament was supposed to investigate the cash for seat scandal, the day before the sitting will start, the president issued a verdict on that matter, interfering in the activities of Parliament, the legislature. Again, now you've had issues go before the CID. When Gyakye was investigating the missing barrels of products at Bost, what did we see the president do? Use BNI to preempt them. When the minister for lands and natural resources was investigating Akunta mining for mining in a forest reserve, what did the president do? Again, the president came out like we all know him to be clearing agent for corruption, came and stood in the clearing house long room at Flagstaff House and cleared Akunta mining. I mean, this irresponsibility of our president must be called out. And persons who seem to support his irresponsibility must be told that they are equally irresponsible. And so for me, I respect the revered chief, the Dormaahene, and as a high court judge, he's well in his rights to make commentary on rulings of the courts that have been done. And he was very apt in stating that he will not get into the substance of the ruling, because that is what is now the subject of the criminal case. He was explicit in that, but went ahead to say that the powers of a noli prosequi rest with the Attorney General, and that he must take the sentiments of the people. Because Randy, when you serve in public office, you don't serve for yourself, you serve in and on behalf of the people of Ghana. You have gone to hold a by-election in Assin North. The people of Assin North have even given you a clearer statement than they did in the general election. What again do you need to hear? No through the people, you won't listen. I mean, what kind of recalcitrant adamancy is this? And look, I believe that our courts have a fantastic opportunity to distinguish themselves. Because Randy, you played a tape this morning of is it the Presby moderator? Is it the Presby or Methodist moderator? One of them who appeared before the bar when he was preaching and told them that he has heard. He was preaching to them at their own program. Told them that he has heard that you can get justice by exchanging a goat with the judge, or at times the lawyers, and that he has heard. We've all heard those things. We've all seen the reports. We've all seen the exposés by us of the judiciary, and we've all seen the perception, and we all listen to each other and know what the perception of the public is of the judiciary. That perception may not be reality. And so the judiciary has a fantastic opportunity to distinguish itself. The ball rests in their courts. They say the law is in the bosom of the judge. The ball rests in their courts to cleanse and purge themselves of the perception that doesn't augur well for the judiciary with this landmark case. I rest my case.